everyone, and welcome back to Learning with Faith. This is your host, Aysleth Zeledon. I go by Sachi Ice Queen on a lot of social media. I am a publisher, a podcaster, and a realtor here in the state of Arkansas currently, and I'm super excited to come to you today and talk to you about the new interest rates. So, as most of you guys know, during COVID back in 2020, interest rates were like 2 to 3. I think the lowest that I saw was like a 2.7 home loan interest rate. And so, then it went drastically up and it's been, over 7% for a while. And we just got a word that recently in this new year, 2024, they have gone back down to less than 7%. So as a realtor, that's really exciting news, especially when you're in the real estate world. And, being bilingual, one of the few bilingual agents in the whole state of Arkansas, that was really, really good news to hear, because more people are interested in buying, properties and just a house, when the interest rates are a little lower. So, I'm super, super excited for all of the new clients and the new homeowners. And even if you're in a business and you have and you want to grow your business and you want to invest in property, that is definitely something that I love talking to people about and definitely helping them. 90% of millionaires, they do it through real estate. And so that's the reason why I enjoy this industry so much, is because I get to see that transition from that hardworking individual, have that residual income, that just passive income from their real estate properties. And so to be able to see that and experience and be part of that is something that is a joy. As a bilingual realtor, I get to speak to a lot of different types of people with a lot of different backgrounds. And the number one thing that people always ask is sometimes they don't know the process, I'm first generation born citizen here in the United States, and a lot of people don't know the process of how to get a house, how to get investment property, or they don't even have that mentality yet. Like they don't have the mentality of an investor. They don't have the mentality of a business owner. They're just working their, 40-day or 40-hour week, full-time job, which is totally okay. If you're happy in that job, that's amazing. But some people are not. Some people like me hated working for someone else. I hated it. I loved some of my jobs, but I hated working for someone else. And so back in 2019 is when I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open my limited liability company and just kind of work my way, getting clients here and there. And I was working for full time. So I was working full time, and then I also started my business. And then within 2 years, I was busy enough, thank God, for me to just do part time. And now, this is the first time in my life that I am 100% creating my own abundance. And that is something that is such a blessing. Yes, it took me, a couple years, 5 years or whatever, but now that I'm here and I have my nonprofit and two limited liability companies, I am just so blessed to be able to do what I love and enjoy what I do and just be able to serve my community with my abilities and with everything that I hold. So my bachelor's degree is in journalism, my emphasis print, and then I have a minor in Spanish, but I'm like 6 classes shy of a bachelor's in Spanish, so I have my certification to teach Spanish. And then I'm also first gen, so like I know Spanish, like I'm fluent. And I know the culture too. So that's the reason why I started the nonprofit Learning Idioms. So if you're watching the podcast and you see the little logo over here, that's Learning Idiom. We break language barriers and culture barriers by perfecting people's English and Spanish. And the way that we do that is literally on social media. I go live on TikTok and I'm just teaching people English or Spanish or just correcting their grammar or practicing with them. So, once a week I go live once in a while, and I do about at least 2 hours every week of just being a virtual teacher, being live on TikTok or showing my interns something, or, because we're a virtual vocational academy, we do have the ability to have interns. And so I've had a couple interns over the years. This is our 4th year. And so I'm super excited that, I've gotten, to have a business intern. Um, I've also had different types of interns too, social media interns, so they want to learn more about social media. Just the reason why we do internships is so that as a virtual vocational academy, we have more of an impact in personal life. So those slots are limited. Once they're full, then they're full for the till the next year because we only do them in the summer. Um, and if you're interested in, purchasing some of our courses, then that's year round. But for the nonprofit, yeah, we do internships in the summer. Um, and unfortunately right now they're not paid internships, but I've seen my interns grow tremendously because of, me just, calling them up once a week and saying, after they watched all the video pre-recorded, um, messages or lessons, then I just call them up and I'm like, hey, do you have any questions? And so it's a fun, to be able to, whenever since I was small, I always wanted to be a teacher. And I was a teacher for about 3 years. But I just wanted to be more of a non-traditional type of teacher. And so it's such a joy that even though I'm a realtor and a publisher, um I get to still do what I love, which is teach. And that's for the nonprofit. It's not as often as I used to do it, but it's definitely still an ability that I love to do. I love to teach. Um if you and so If you're listening to this, this is one of the podcasts, Learning with Faith, and it is sponsored by the nonprofit Learning Idiom. Again, we break language barriers and culture barriers by perfecting people's English and Spanish. And so, if you're interested in more information about Learning Idiom, definitely check out our social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We actually have published books as well with Learning Idiom. And so, like, as the author, Learning Idiom is the author. And so you can find the books on Amazon and Google Books. And so definitely check us out. We are just a bunch of Latina women that want to share our culture with you and share our language. And so that's why this was created, is me and a bunch of my friends just wanted to have a way to share the knowledge and expertise that we already acquired over the years. Um, and so I do want to thank you for being part of our community, part of our bilingual community. To be able to have this platform and to be able to have this reach is just a blessing. And so I'm very, very appreciative of every person that helped me throughout the years. And so but yeah, if you have any questions about real estate, just know that right now is a really time. It's always a good time to buy. They say, for me, interest rates are not that big of a deal, but what I would say is that it's always a good time to refinance, when interest rates are lower. And so if you're looking at the interest rates and just kind of waiting to buy a house or buy your investment property, don't, just do it. It's always like Mark Burrier, I remember he was a broker that I consulted for and in Century 21, and he would always say it's always a good time to buy. Um and right now, it's definitely the interest rates are going down, and so I'm very excited about that. I'm in the Little Rock area in Arkansas, and so now people here can purchase investment properties and also a house, even if you're an immigrant and you don't have a social. And so not every state has that ability. And in Little Rock, they are giving out IDs after you've been here for 3 months. If you've stayed here for 3 months and you have proof of that, then they give you an ID. And so it's super exciting to be part of this community in the Pulaski County. And I love this area. I grew up literally 40 minutes from LA. And so it's definitely, I love looking at the city lights because they remind me of home. And so this is, again, this is Aysleth Zeledon. I go by Sachi Ice Queen on a lot of social media. And I am a realtor, publisher, and a podcaster, of course. And you're listening to Learning with Faith. Take care. God bless. Peace be with you. And remember to stay safe. Bye for now.